over, school is over, time to go, time to go. Thank you for learning, love you so, love you so. Well, thank you for joining me this afternoon, and it's almost the end of the school year. Some of you are going to be out in a week or two, and I know some of you have 5 or 6 weeks to go. But I'd like to share some ideas today that you can use at the end of the school year. Somebody told me one time, if you end with a good dessert, nobody really remembers the meal. And I think that's kind of a way with the year too, to end with a sweet note and sweet thoughts and kind thoughts about our friends. And that's what's going to stay with them over the summer vacation. So I have another little echo chant. I'll just do one line, but if you do it in the classroom, then the children repeat it. School is coming to an end. Say so long to all our friends. We've learned to read and write and spell. We know our shapes and numbers well. We've learned to follow classroom rules. Getting along is really cool. Science, music, art, PE. School's been great for you and me. Summertime for outdoor fun. Read every day and play in the sun. And when school begins again, we'll be happy to see our friends. So that chant and all of these ideas are on my blog, drjeanandfriends.blogspot.com, but I'll demonstrate those to you. And I like you to think of my blog and my website and my Facebook Live as kind of like going to a buffet. You pick and choose what you like. You can adapt these things for different age levels, and as always, everything I do is simple and inexpensive, and so I hope you'll find at least 3 or 4 good ideas to use today. One thing I wanted to share with you is a book that you can make. Now we can. So you give children a sheet of paper and it says, I couldn't, something they couldn't do at the beginning of the year, but now I can. So they get to reflect on what they've learned through the year, and you can put them together and make a class book that says, now we can. Another interesting thing to let the children do is to make a time capsule, and you can use a Pringles can or another similar can with a lid for this. And the children draw a picture of themselves and fill out information about what they like to do, and they write about what they want to be when they grow up. And they might even put a little wrapper from their favorite candy or look in their desk and find little mementos from the year. And then you seal it and you send it home and you say, do not open until 2029 when they graduate from high school. So it gives them something special to say. Now, I'm going to show you another idea called My School Memories from A to Z. And I've seen a lot of different variations of this, but you know, one thing you have to do is keep them busy. And so a lot of things I'm sharing with you are activities that keep them busy, because if you keep them busy and engaged, they're not going to get restless and exhibit some negative behavior you don't want. So you can do 1 or 2 letters a day. Those of you who have weeks to go might want to do 1 letter a day. Those of you who have just a week or two to go, you can do several letters a day. But at morning meeting, take 3 or 4 letters at a time, or 1 letter at a time, and brainstorm different things that you've done in the year for each letter, like A, apple tasting, ABC books, children's names in your room that start with the letter A, different activities, art, and then they can make their own ABC book with the different things that they've done during the year that begin with each letter. So it's kind of a time-consuming thing in some ways, but again, it's a good independent activity. Now I've got some other memory ideas. An autograph book. I mean, these have been around forever, but how many of your children have ever had an autograph book? So you can talk about what an autograph is, and I've just stapled several different colors of paper together and a pretty ribbon, and they can walk around the room and get their friend's signature. Another memory maker is the friendship necklace, and this takes a little bit of time, so you might want to do this with older children and work on it for like a week. Each child chooses a symbol, and it can be a geometric shape, or if they like football, they can make a football, and they cut out as many students as are in the room, they cut out that number of objects and write their name on it, and then punch a hole on it. And then when you have your friendship party, they walk around and everybody gets a symbol from a friend, and they put it on a necklace, and they have a friendship necklace that they can wear. Now, I know you've seen a lot of memory books. I've got one you can download off my blog, but just here again is something that they could work on for a week. My favorite thing at school is this is me, this is my teacher, and there's lots of different things that they could put in their memory book. And then one of my favorite ideas is the t-shirt. And so if they bring an old t-shirt from home, every child can draw a picture, write their name, and they walk around the room and do this. Here again, this is something that you might want to have the children work on over 3 or 4 days. It's too overwhelming to do it all at once, but maybe if you did it Monday through Thursday, and then Friday they could wear their friendship shirts to school. How many days left of school in the year? How many days are left? Take one down, count around, then we'll know how many are left. So you know that old song, and here is an idea where you make a chain with the number of days left in the year, and then each day you take one off and you can count how many days are left. So you could do this as a class activity, just make one, or you could even put these on a bulletin board and they could each have one. Good kind of activity. Another time activity that you can do is a timeline. You give them a strip of paper or a sentence strip, and they draw what they look like at the beginning of the year and what they look like at the end of the year, and then different activities that happen during the year. To think about what they want to do over the summer, you might want to have them make a list of 10 things I want to do this summer. Children love to make lists, so this is a great one. And then if they turn it into a paper airplane, they can fly their paper airplanes across the room, the things that they want to do this summer. Now, as long as you've got your kids, think about your bulletin board for the upcoming year. They can help you create something special, and I've got lots of ideas on my blog for different topics that you could do, like smart cookies, and they make gingerbread boys and you put them up there. And if you fix your bulletin board up and then put newspaper over it and staple it, when school starts again, you can take it down and you're good to go. One less thing to worry about. You could also let your students make brochures, and so this is just a piece of paper, and you roll it into a burrito and smush it, and then you have a brochure. And each child could make a brochure called Welcome to School, or Welcome to Kindergarten, or Welcome to First Grade, or whatever. And they could draw pictures, write words about all the exciting things they're going to get to do when they come into your classroom when school starts. Now, this would be a good editing activity. So let them make one and edit it, and then they will have something nice to share to a new student. You could mail these over the summer along with a picture and a letter of yourself, or you could save them for the first day of school. Another book that you can make to help children think about the positive things that have happened during the year, the best thing about, and they can draw pictures of the best thing about kindergarten or first grade or whatever grade you happen to be in, and write a little bit about it. One of the most important things this time of year is to just talk about read and write over the summer. The more you read, the more you write, the better you're going to be when school starts. And so last year, Carolyn Kozlowski helped me put together a little summer fun journal. And there's like 26 different writing prompts. So a good thing to do would be to get pocket folders, and you can put the writing prompts in here. And you could start these the last couple of days of school and then encourage them to finish it over the summer. My granddaughter got one of these. She loved it. She loved it. You know, it's fun to have homework over the summer if you're a little kid. Another good idea is to have them write you a postcard in the summer. So if you cut cardstock the size of a postcard, let them decorate the front, and then on the back, if you draw a line down the middle, write your address, put a stamp on it, and you tell them if they write you a postcard and mail it to you, you will send them a letter back. I've heard of other teachers self-addressing envelopes and giving it to the children and telling them, if you write me a letter, I'll send it back to you. But either way, you're going to encourage them to write and stay in contact with you over the summer. Reading lists are good things to send home to parents. And I tell you, if every child could get a library card, if you could just contact your local library and maybe get one of the librarians to come out and talk to your children about the library and their summer reading programs, and let them all sign up for a library card. It's just a great resource where children can choose books and just get excited about reading. And then there are also lots of good sites with reading lists, because parents say, well, what should my child be reading? I found this one on Scholastic. They have it's called the Happy Camper, and the child signs a pledge that they're going to read over the summer, and then there's a reading list. There are many different websites that have these reading lists available so that you can get to. And then some ideas to help parents over the summer. I mentioned so many times the book The Smartest Kids in the World, and one of the things that the author found out was that parents who talk to their kids about school and ask them about school and show interest, those children do better academically. And so just some little summer ideas. One of them would be a summer calendar, and I've got that. You can download this off my blog, but if you put it on cardboard and let the children decorate it and then put a little hanger on it, it makes it a little more interesting to take home than just sending home another sheet of paper. Another thing you might want to do is go over these different things and kind of create some interest and maybe encourage the children a little bit to do these activities with their parents over the summer. And then love the summer Funshine can. So if you go to my website, I've got like 4 pages of activities, of things children can do with their parents over the summer, like play a rhyming game, or count as high as you can, count by 2s, 4s, look in your kitchen pantry, how many labels can you read? Just all sorts of hands-on interactive things children can do with their parents. And what I'd suggest you do is let children make like a little sand bucket. You can buy them, or I just punch holes in the cup and put in a pipe cleaner, and then cut the activities into strips. Choose the ones that you think are most appropriate, put them in here, and then tell the parents, let your child choose 1 strip each day and do that activity with your child, and that will keep them engaged and interested over the summer. I think a lot of parents just don't know what to do or how to help their children, so this is a good way to enable them and help them do that. Just a few other ideas. This time of year too, I know you think about thank you notes for different school helpers, and we've got, Carolyn created these last year, like, you are the right stuff, you were the right stuff for us this year, and you give it to the school helper or volunteer along with a pencil, or color your day happy with a crayon, or I just love these. I love these. Many thanks for all your help, and you give them a certificate for a manicure. Hey, I'd like that myself. We are bananas for you. So there's sweet things like kudos for all you do, and a kudos bar, $100 grand for all you've done for us this year. But then there's also, some healthy choices that we can give some of our helpers. I just know, whenever I go to schools and I do free concerts with the children, I so appreciate somebody just sending me a little email thank you. We all need to feel appreciated. And just one other thing before I let you go, just wanted to give you a little teaser about something that Carolyn Koslowski and I have been working on. We just worry about the heavy load that you carry, and so much of the joy has been lost in the classroom. And so we've created these, well, they're not little, but or each month we're going to have what we call happies, and there's going to be at least 15 songs in each packet, and books and lesson plans and QR codes where you can see me demonstrate handshakes and cheers, and seasonal ideas in science and math and literacy and all sorts of different different things. So stay tuned, and I'll be telling you more about that, because we do want you to have a happy school year ending, and we want you to have a happy new year when school starts. So take care. God bless. Thanks for joining me this afternoon.